All right then.
First solo scope. I got my gun up and put it on him, and mine was super foggy.
I kept having to clear mine all morning.
And I wiped the front.
What'd you do out here?
Got it done, buddy.
You did. You got it done, man.
Got it done.
Heck yeah, dude. That's an awesome deer. Bobo.
Got room for one more. We're still trying to go hunt some public land. It's 70 miles per gallon on this hog. Let's do it. Can we just cut that?
That was not a good start.
That was terrible, dude.
I can see it from here.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
I
I have not got used to doing that. So that first one was a demonstration on what not to do.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a little better. Right there with it. This is your first time to see everything back where I normally hunt, ain't it?
Yeah.
Where normally I've always hunted that way, down in that bottom over there, where I've always originally had permission to hunt.
Yeah.
And the deer always come from this way. They migrate down there, they walk this hillside. And I finally got permission from this person, this neighbor, to let me bow hunt this property.
Gotcha.
Which, I mean, as close as this the house is, all I can do is bow hunt it anyway. But man, this is where they come from every single time.
Yeah. Say that again.
I killed a big one 2 years ago. Well, it was technically last year. It was January. But 2 seasons ago, this is where I killed my big one. I'd been after him all year, and it finally came together.
I think those are my old steps.
They are. Man, I kind of just threw a bunch of stuff together, you know, like.
Those are my old tree steps I gave you a long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah. I was doing the.
Give me your last spiel before the season starts.
My predictions are hopefully get another public land buck. Hopefully get the buck that I've been after for 2 years. all you're doing if you go up there to hunt on the first is
Right.
going to walk around with the rattlesnakes and mosquitoes.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if I have somebody go up there with me, I'll definitely go just to
Yeah.
be in the woods.
Yeah.
As
But
ready as to
anyway,
be in the woods as I am, I'll probably be there.
October 15th kind of opens for the most of the state for bow season in Alabama. Then I'll be in Missouri in September. And then there's another area we hunt here in Alabama that opens October 1st. The growth is just, how do you get on a deer without being lucky? Wow, let's send us into the rest of the video.
All right, so we'll just say see y'all in the next one when we're dragging this big buck out of the woods.
Hey, now we're going to cut
on day one.
Cut to, well, I don't care what day it is.
We're 6 days away from heading to Missouri for the early season hunt. Going back in November, got 2 tags, and hopefully we can get one on the ground this trip. If not, you know, it's going to be a scouting trip, and we'll see what happens in November. Just kind of organizing today, packing some stuff up. Got the truck bed cleaned out. We just got to load it, and I'll probably load it in a couple days and shoot my bow a couple more times, and then we'll be heading to Missouri. So hey, I appreciate the ones that have subscribed and followed the channel. We're not professional hunters by any means, but I do love documenting and filming. So for the ones that have, you know, taken an interest and, you know, shared the videos, liked them, and even the ones, you know, especially the ones that have subscribed to the channel, we appreciate that. And next time you see me, we'll be on the road to Missouri. Boom, we made it. What do you think? All right, we're here. After, well, how long of a drive was that?
13 and a half.
13 and a half hour drive and we're here. So we're about to get in the bed. All right, it's the first morning. About to go out here and glass these fields and glass some of these areas, and just, I'm shooting from the hip. I've never done this before, so kind of woke up a little late. Got some CPAP sleep last night. Should have enough time to lay some eyes on some deer. So we're here, baby. I mean, jacked through the roof. Don't really have a game plan. Never done this before, so just out of my element. Yeah, I'm late, so I'm gonna go. All right, we hit the first spot. About to throw the spot and scope on and just see if we can get lucky here. I can see that's gonna be a longer walk than I thought. Well, the beans where I planned on going are completely yellow. I don't see a stitch of green left. And that was kind of my plan. There's some deer right there. Let's see what we got right here. Come on, baby, work for me. Yeah, you of course you don't want to work right now. some deer. First deer with the spot and scope of the trip on a piece that I'm allowed to hunt. So what we got for the week? Red beans and rice. Homemade. The right way. Jalapenos, onions, Cajun seasoning. 2 sausages, rice, and the famous. So we'll be smelling good. All right, we got the week's worth of food here. So after I made lunch for the week, we decided to go out for that evening to do some road scouting and some glassing. Just hoping to get lucky and maybe lay some eyes on some more deer. On the road. I scouted this morning early and went to the last few spots, and I got permission to hunt up here. Saw a couple does. I've only seen 1 buck this whole trip. That's expected this time of year, especially after I bet 90% of the beans have turned. Going out here right now to an area that has green soybeans, and I'm gonna go in there and just kind of walk slow with my bow. Bring my stuff in case I want to hang a stand for this evening. Stay tuned for more. So the urge to hunt instead of scout hit me, so I decided just to go in blind this morning. Got set up in a little travel corridor from where I thought they would be coming from the fields back to bedding, and ended up seeing a lot of deer this morning. Only seen 6 this morning. Going in blind. It's about 12 o'clock now, so I climbed down and already climbing down. Before heading in for lunch, there was still one more spot I wanted to see. Every step, every ridge, and every piece of sign is another piece of the puzzle. The more ground I can cover now, the better prepared I'll be when I return in November. Well, we're gonna go set up on some fresh sign this evening. Some big rubs, 2 freshly pawed out scrapes. Originally hadn't even planned to hunt, was just gonna pack up, that way we could get up and go early in the morning, but based on what I've seen this morning, sign I found on the way out from hunting this morning, I'd be dumb, especially driving this far, to not throw a hunt at it when I got the time. So that's what I'm doing. That's where we're at. We're heading in. Last sit, Missouri. Till we get it done, stay tuned for more. Watching the sun set on my final evening, I couldn't help but wonder what November might hold. I'd spent days walking, scouting, and learning every piece of ground that I could. As I drove away, I thought I was leaving with nothing more than knowledge and hope. What I didn't know was when I returned, I'd come face to face with the biggest buck of my life, a deer that would give me the opportunity every bow hunter dreams about. Looking back now, it's amazing how quickly an ordinary sunset can become the beginning of a story you'll never forget.
But further I pushed up in this bed, I can just see little gaps in this like alder brush.
Well, we just made it home. Long drive, fun trip, learned some stuff. We're gonna go eat some food and then get in the bed, so ready for November. First scouting trip for the public. We're gonna be hunting, or have been hunting for about 3 or 4 years now. Today's first day. I've actually came up to scout and just kind of get some cameras that I left that I couldn't get to because I got a lot up here. And today we're going in to pull a camera that's been soaking for like a year and 2 months. But anyway, enough talking. Let's get in the woods and do this. Don't forget your climbing sticks either if you're gonna hang your cameras up high. A lot of pig sign and a lot of deer sign. Is this good deer sign? Looks like at one point there was a scrape right here. It'd be a good spot to like maybe stage somebody if you were going to 2-person hunt it and another person work further up the ridge. But I'm gonna mark this spot and I'm gonna definitely put a camera right here because they're gonna use this just for traveling in general. So we'll see, set it for another year and come back and get her. Just got the camera pulled, about to climb up this hill, hit the road and head home. I'm probably gonna go pick up one more camera that's just off the road. It's nice to be back in this part of the state, public land. It's kind of where it's taught me a lot hunting out here, what to look for, what's good. Had some successful years and some really unsuccessful years, but my buddies that have tagged along and jumped on the train, you know, we're all putting ourselves in high odds areas, so it's just a matter of time. A lot of people that hunt this type of setting, this big woods, you know, unbroken timber, you know, they say you might be successful every 2 or 3 years, and that's considered success. So anyway, hopefully this year will be explosive and we'll just take off from here. All right, let's get out of here. What's up, guys? So I came back today, even though I wasn't going to. Man, I'm glad I did. Went into a new area, and what we have is a big long point that comes down, a old roadbed that wraps around the very like midsection as far as elevation goes. I mean, there's a creek crossing down here and a creek crossing down here, so you have like a macro hub, not a thermal hub, but like where a bunch of like big land features kind of come together. There's that roadbed right above me. And then right here, there's another scrape with a licking branch over there. There's another scrape over here. There's another scrape, and it's right off the tip of this point where like if you go up this way, that point gets steep. But this is kind of like that flat where they can just roll over and down the creek, roll over and down the creek. I think we found something, boys. Definitely gonna be in here and hunting this year. It's awesome. It's crazy what you'll walk by. I mean, I walked right by this scrape right here and didn't even see it here. Dang. Let's put a camera on this one. When you start to get that spooky feeling, you know you're in the right area. So I'm starting to get that like being watched feeling, and I know I'm probably about to find some good stuff. So let's head on down this creek to this little crossing and see what turns up. Cameras up right here, one on this rub line going up this ridge where it connects to that other section of forest. It's just a natural, this whole draw right here is just a natural funnel, and then the rub line tells me that too. So, and not just like any rubs, like mega signpost rubs on several of these little cedar trees going up this valley. But then there's also a scrape over here I'm going to put a camera on, but I want to catch this trail right here for the rut in case there's like a satellite buck that comes through that doesn't know that scrape's there. You know, he just comes through, sit checking or whatever. If he's not familiar with this area, he just comes through. I want to have something on this trail that I know is like a true rut funnel. Let's put this thing on the tree and get out of here and go home. All right, that's it for the day. Just got back down to the hub. It's about to make my ascent out to the truck. I think we're done scouting for the year. I've only placed like 12 cameras this season, but we've kind of zeroed in on some places that we already like to hunt and might just throw sits at them from here on out. But I'm gonna continue to run cameras up here on this certain piece of public just when I get the energy to come in and look at new spots. But we kind of got a good core area, and I think we're going to stick with that. But it'll be interesting to see what's on camera after this season. And I might come back in here and hunt around the dates around this area that seems to produce, but we'll see. Got 2 cameras at the top of the ridge and one on a trail, one on a scrape. So deer season's, I mean, it's kicked off. Bow season's been in season for about 20 days up here, and it's been about 6 days for the rest of the state. But appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully there's a kill at the end of this video. First real hunt here in Alabama. We're going up for a early muzzleloader hunt. About 3:15 right now. I got up about 1:30. Finally got out the door about 2:15, and I'm feeling good. We're gonna throw a sit at it, see what happens. Thanks for watching. Man, it was cold this morning. Mustache is all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Anyway, came in here November 3rd, Alabama public land. Gonna check a camera. Found the scrape in here, and I mean, it is absolutely wide open in here as far as scrapes. Like aggressive, some of the biggest scrapes I've ever seen. So I think I'm gonna come in here in the morning and just hang up right here by these scrapes. See what this card, I got that card right there. The camera's up there. So it's been sitting here since September. So let's see what's on it. Let's see what's been making this racket in here. But boys, hey, it's firing off, man. It's absolutely firing off. So I'm gonna stop talking. And I'm gonna dip out. So if there's any daylight activity on this camera that I just pulled on this scrape, I'll just hunt the scrape. Throw a sit at it before we go to Missouri, why not? All right, guys, so we're on the way to Missouri. It's November 7th. Got an 11.5-hour drive here from Birmingham, Alabama. Ruts, I mean, it's fired off good, so I'm expecting to get there almost right at the peak. From my assumption, now I've never hunted the rut this far north ever in my life, so I can't say for sure. But what I will say is from social media posts and then talking to some people that are already up there hunting that I know, they're seeing a lot of good movement. I mean, it's going to be all day sits. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're on the road. Got everything finally packed up. We're here, man. It's here. So anyway, hey, appreciate y'all watching. We've had a long time to do this, and now we're here. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get some good footage for y'all. First morning in Missouri. Got in here, and it's an awesome spot. I hunted here when I was here in September. I went a little bit further to where it pinches down right here at the creek. Also, I forgot to tie my backpack up to my pull-up rope. Anyway, I just grunted, so I'm gonna see what comes in, and then in about 20 minutes, I'm gonna climb down and get my backpack. Right here behind me, over my shoulder. I think tomorrow when I come in here, and I might come in here the next couple days, I need to bump over about 50 yards. They just really hugged this edge. They didn't come out at all. I mean, they absolutely just
hugged it. So I'm gonna get quiet because the rain just stopped. Can't set up my camera equipment because it just absolutely poured. Gonna start rattling once that rain stops and that wind dies down a little bit. See what we can get coming in here. I'm about to absolutely crack these horns together. And let's see what happens.
I know you're probably thinking, grab your bow, dude. Trust me, I realized he wasn't a shooter as soon as he slipped underneath my stand. Still, for the first sit of the trip, rattling in a butt like that definitely got the adrenaline going. I stayed put for most of the day and watched a couple more does funnel through the area. Eventually the rain started coming down hard, so I packed up my gear and headed back to the truck. On the road. Let's go. They just out here hunting, dude. Just out here enjoying the huntings, you know.
You say you was sleeping that tonight?
No, I'd be miserable. I could do it, but I wouldn't want to do it. Day 1, rattled in a buck. Day 2, didn't even go hunting this morning.
You got any coffee in here?
Yeah. Day 2, Missouri, slept in on, because we only had 2 hours of sleep. So we decided to sleep in today. And now we're heading, one of the spots that I'm hunting later this week that I got access to has a big creek that runs through it. And it's not just like a creek, it's like a creek. And it's deep. So I'm hoping that the water levels are going to be lower and I can be able to I'll be able to cross it with my waders. That's where we're at. Day 2, Missouri. Gonna hunt this evening once the wind dies down. Had a gust of 38 miles an hour and a steady wind at 17 to 18 miles an hour with the temps being in the like 21, 22 this morning up to 34 degrees. I think that's what it was. So anyway, decided to sleep in and not sit through that. So ride down here and check this water level out real quick. He's gone now. Small buck. They're moving. Getting off in that creek, boy.
I can feed him in a minute.
And some corn out with my hand.
So I'm saying Alabama's more tougher than this.
It's
like going to the
damn
zoo.
You don't see them. It's like going through one of those drive-through zoos. All right, so we're about to head in for the evening hunt on the 9th. And we got a northwest wind. And I'm going to sit on the creek and it's just going to blow back into the open field. At least that's my thoughts. We're going to get in there and grunt. We're going to get in there and rattle and just see what pops out.
It's absolutely whipping out here. Well, it's absolutely brutal out here. I mean, the wind is howling. I don't even have my mic on. I'm just trying to stay warm. We didn't hunt this morning because I went and checked the water level on a creek bed today, because where I plan on hunting later in the week, I wanted to see if I was going to be able to cross it without putting on waders. Found some good sign on the way in, some rubs and stuff, and a scrape, but just there's no skill involved in this hunt at all. It's just sitting up on a field corner, followed some tracks in. That's really it. Happens. Got a big wood lot right in front of me that ties into this piece that I'm allowed to hunt. I'm regularly rocking in this wind. Wind is just still no action. Still got about an hour before dark. I haven't gotten cold. Like I hadn't gotten cold yet, so eyes are burning. So I had two younger deer just come out of that wood lot I was talking about. I can still see that 8-pointer. He's at the very corner. But anyway, I saw that bigger one come out and my eyes were getting bad. It's getting dark. And I said, well, let's just throw a rattle at him. So anyway, I just rattled him across the field straight to 30 yards where I could have put him down. But I think we can do better. He's the best one I've seen so far. Yeah, we can definitely do better than that, but that's still a cool experience, and I'm super thankful for it. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna get across this creek, because there's no way I'm walking out the same way I just walked in. Plus all those deer over there. So anyway, hey, windy, cold, 3-hour sit. Well, all right, day 2 in Missouri. It's over with. Cool.
There's my ride right there.
Stomach started acting up, so I got a little late this morning.
After my stomach finally settled down, I made the walk in. I was already frustrated knowing I wasn't in the tree before daylight. Once I got set up, I spotted a young buck pushing a doe along the neighboring tree line. I climbed down, ran across the field, and set up in the only climbable tree I could find. As I was hanging my platform, I glanced to my left, and there he was. He was on a string walking straight to me. My bow was still on the ground, attached to my backpack. I rushed to pull it up, but it caught on my bottom stick. I never even got a chance to knock an arrow on this dude, and it's gut-wrenching watching a buck like this walk by at 30 yards knowing there was nothing I could do. Gone with the wind, I spent the rest of this hunting trip in the same area, hoping the wind would bring him back through one more time. But some bucks only give you one chance.
Alright, November 11th. Going in here to a spot where I saw those 2 stud bucks. It's about 5:30 right now. I got about a 30-minute walk across these fields and then off into the creek and then up the hill and then down through this 100-yard stretch of thicket to my stand. You know, I'm here to film and document some of my experiences, but like, if the end game is always resulting in 0 deer, I might just have to hang it up and focus on just actually doing what you're here to do. So I'm gonna tell you, this self-filming, documentation, and then adding all what you do, hunting on top, man, I wish I could just go back to just hunting. I can't do it. All right, we'll get quiet and make this stretch in here.
Day 6, Missouri. War slap out. And Going back in to hammer the same spot. Think we can get it done today. See what happens. I'll never complain about the wind in Alabama again. Last day here in Missouri. Just had a young buck and a doe come through. Gonna sit here all night and see if it happens. Well, I'm pretty sure Dad got lost and pinned the wrong spot, so here I am, sitting on the edge of a cut cornfield out in the middle of nowhere. But it's pretty. Well, that's it for the 7-day trip to Missouri. Had so many encounters with bucks, and then had 3 encounters with mature bucks, and also one that will probably haunt me for a long time. And you've already seen him. I'll put a picture of him up now. But he was about 160 inches. Make sure main beam coming out on his right side, and then split brow tines really long on his right side. I think he was like 11 points, and no telling what like other little characteristics he had that I couldn't see up close. But tied my backpack and my bow to the same pull-up rope. So anyway, I'm sitting there watching this deer, and I tried to slowly pull my pack up with my bow, and it catches on that bottom stick, and those trees are so hard barked that when it caught that stick, it kicked the stick around and made a metal clank. And so, I mean, the only thing I could do was watch him. But I don't know, it's a hard one. It's gonna take me a minute to get over that one. But had a lot of good encounters, and we remain a hunter, not a killer, as they like to say. But until next year. Yeah.
He was walking like behind me, between where it drops off and behind like that pine thicket.
Right.
I looked over my shoulder and I just kind of watched him out of the corner of my eye. I waited till he got behind my tree because I knew he was going to win me.
Right.
And as soon as I could hear him walking where he got out from behind my tree, I had my gun up with my scope, pretty much waiting for him to step in.
Right.
And I did, dude. He had his nose up in the air looking like right at me.
Is he, you think he's that 10-pointer we had on camera?
I don't know, dude. But he had his nose up in the air, and then he went to take another step. I said, "Nah," and he stopped, and I pulled the trigger, and he like stood up on his back legs, kind of. I'm not at the spot you went to. I'm at the spot that I came to that one time and hunted over that little canyon at the very, very end of the road.
Gotcha, dude. That's awesome, man. I can't wait to hear the full story. But
yeah, stood up on his back legs, and I racked another one, and it's like I knew he was about to fall.
Right.
So like I had the scope. I was ready. As soon as he got up and I could see which way he was going to go, I was going to pull the trigger again.
How far of a drag is it?
Probably about maybe 0.7 miles, I think is what it is. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Hey, we'll get up there soon. So congrats, man. Send me pics.
All right, bro.
All right, bye. Every season takes us in different directions. Different states, different pieces of ground, different stories. But there's one weekend we never miss. By mid-November, we all find our way back to the same stretch of public ground. Around here, it's simply known as deer camp. No reservations, no private farms, just endless big woods, old friendships, mature bucks, and odds that are never in our favor. This is that super secret special spot. Yeah. I'm ready for it. Buddy, did you see everybody already in here parked? I was shocked. I'm like, these dudes are hungrier than I am. And I'm pretty dang hungry. What's the setup you're running today? What caliber gun? What you got going? I got 6.5 Creedmoor, dude. 6.5, okay. Little sissy gun.
Yeah. I'll still put one in the dirt, though.
It will. You've already proven that. Can you believe how foggy it is, though?
That's crazy.
I mean, it really is, dude. I don't know. You can't really tell in the video, but. Yeah, I got it on Amazon for like $20.
Really?
Yeah. That's my post-kill recovery stick.
Feel better now?
First part of the Alabama Public Land Series bids this year. Light's bright, ain't it?
Yes, it is. What's up?
There he is. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go, bro.
Where you pinning out? Let's show everybody.
Yeah, like anybody can see that and be like, I know that's my spot.
Yeah, like they care.
That's where my deer is.
Well, first rifle hunt in Alabama was a total bust. I seen one coyote, didn't see a single deer, heard only 2 shots. It's really warm. It's like the high today is like 75. So today's November 20th. But we'll get back up here later in the weekend, like late Saturday, and then hunt Sunday morning, and then probably Sunday evening. So didn't really get to film much today, just that coyote. But hey, I mean, it could kick off any second. That's kind of how this place works. You're either in the action or you're completely out of it. So I am gonna back up. Just gotta climb down. We'll go meet Austin at this crossing. And we're gonna pack it up and get out of here. How'd that first hunt go? What? Yeah, I know it. I seen a coyote come over this way to you. Yep, that's the only thing I seen. I was texting Trevor back and forth, and he's like, dude, this weather is locked them down, bud. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. They're in here, though. I can promise you that after what I just walked up on. Well, getting ready to leave for the hunting trip this weekend. Just got off work, had to work yesterday. That's just how life is. And I got a call from Trevor, the guy that shot the 10-pointer last year. And he said he just smoked an absolute giant. So we're packing up as fast as we can so we can get up there and help him with this deer. Really excited for the guy. He just walks into him, man. I don't know what to say. But gonna be a good weekend. I mean, he's already starting it off right.
First solo public land kill and drag out by myself. And I will say, it's much more enjoyable when you got help. I should have waited till everybody got up here. But the work's done, so now everybody can just have fun. Let's go, baby. Awesome experience.
Certified killer, boys.
Lock one down.
Let's look at this big old joke.
Yeah,
You know what I mean. You gotta be proud of them all.
Man, you own this national forest, though.
what?
But you own this national forest.
Trying to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty buck, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a bad one.
Right.
Yeah. You can see where he's been fighting. Right here.
Oh yeah. Sure enough.
Got another little kicker right there.
Sure does, man. That's cool.
Locked him out. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Get him on the other side.
Yeah, I shot him on the other side. Thank you. Maybe we can call it 11.
Well, I'm saying.
11.
A little knob off the thing. You might tag out this weekend.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah, they're right.
No lighters, boy.
I don't think.
There he is. It's the killer himself.
Yes, sir. Drop this thing off, do it again.
He was like, man, I found a spot. I don't think anybody can. He's like, I'll go back in there because I ain't going alone. Like, I want somebody to go with me. So he's like, you can come with me. We'll go in there. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll go in there with you. You just pick your spot wherever you want to go, and I'll just dump off in the wood by the truck. Oh, buddy, that's the most excitement I've had in a while.
Probably dropped at his feet. Like,
Yeah. He's like, turns out I shot one after all.
He's locked in.
I got your dad rolling in there, man.
It don't take much to get him to lie. It's going down in the deal. It's going down in the den. Hey, hey. Well, I get a text message just a minute ago, and Trevor shot another stud. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, I'm glad he's putting them down and giving the channel some content. We're going to rename it. Instead of Pen Scout Hunt, it's going to be called Trevor Kills Deer, and only Trevor. So, I seen a young buck this morning, and then a bunch of toms right after the rain stopped, but it's been dead since then. It's been like 2 hours. There's hunting backside of a cutover. A bench right below me. Hey, just got to the top of this hill. We're gonna go look at this deer. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to get down in this hole with him and drag it out. What the heck, dude?
Killing it. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it.
Huh?
Dude, look at
That's a
Sick,
stud,
that's
man.
sick. Huh?
that. Is a
Good deer.
2 in 1 weekend?
yeah,
I have
dude.
to blur that background out. God almighty.
I
What's
would
that?
count it as a 10 point, wouldn't you? Like right here. Yep. See?
Yeah.
I thought he's broke it off. But he was a 10 point.
He's heavy though.
Feel it right. See, you can feel it. Look at that.
Yeah.
You hit him in the ear too.
No. That I think is, I don't know, probably from fighting, I guess.
Yeah, that's from fighting.
Fighting, he's got a cut on his nose from fighting.
He's been fighting, ain't he?
Oh yeah.
Look at that kicker off the back, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Let me get a good shot of that.
We're talking about 11 point. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, good call.
I didn't see that one earlier. Yeah.
He don't kill any. It's got to be 8 or it's got to be a 10 point or better.
I've never killed just a mainframe anything.
I swear it's 11.
It's always something. It's always got a little something weird.
So,
Yeah. I went in there. I sat on the ground, and then I ended up like around 11. I walked out to that point. I just wanted to see where the creeks meet,
right.
and I'm just standing there, just looking around. Out of nowhere, out of the corner of my eye, he's running down the hill straight at me. And I was like, oh gosh, I got a better look. I was like, oh, that's a good deer. So he stopped right at the edge. It's really steep. And then I got my gun up and put it on him, and my scope was super foggy.
I kept having to clear mine all morning.
And I wiped the front one, the one closest to me. It didn't really do anything, but he started taking steps, and I was like, you know what? I just filled the scope up with brown, pulled the trigger, and he kind of hunkered. He dropped down into the creek, and it was deep, probably about that deep. And he was like doing that, like trying to run faster, but slowing him down a lot.
Man, what? Give us a secret.
Just be in the woods all the time. Just stay in the woods, always.
You pretty much live there, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. Right place, right time. It could happen to anybody. I only ever hunt out of my climber, but it was raining last night and it was real wet. I was like, I'm gonna try hunting from the ground. I never do good that way because I'm too impatient, but I knew where I wanted to go. So I was like, I'm just gonna go in there and sit on the ground. So I did, and I sat and I didn't see anything. I moved around a little bit, and then around like 11, there's a point that runs out, a couple creeks meet, and I wanted to go over there and see how much it opens up. So I walk out of that point, and I'm just standing there looking around, and then all of a sudden I see something out of the corner of my eye, and he is like just trotting, coming straight to me. And I'm like, what in the world? And I get a good look at him. I was like, that's a shooter. So he gets kind of to the edge of the creek, and he's sort of looking like figuring out which way to go cross it he wants to use or whatever. And as he's doing that, I put him in the scope, and my scope was like super foggy. I couldn't really see well out of it, so I reached up and I wiped it off and I put it back. It didn't really help because the front needed it. I was like, whatever, because he was starting to take a step. So I just pulled the trigger, and he kind of hunkered and he dropped down into the water, and it was probably about 3 feet deep, and he was trying to run through it, but it was slowing him down a lot, enough time for me to just rack another one and be on him. As soon as he stepped out of the water, I fired off another one. He dropped right there.
That's wild, man.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh. Down, and then the water turned red. And then I found a really cool looking stump on the bank, and I got him up on a sandbar, and I got his head. Blood water.
All right, cool. A month after the hunt, my buddy John was pulling his trail cameras when he found this buck on one of them. Turns out he'd been watching this deer long before I ever crossed paths with him. Looking back, he was a younger buck that I wish I had passed, but hindsight is always clearer than the few seconds you get to make a decision. Sitting on the edge of a beetle kill. The pine beetles obviously have gotten in this area, and And then I guess some straight line winds have come through and just absolutely, it's one of the biggest pine beetle kills, blow down areas I've ever hunted up here. Anyway, got in the stand this morning, had to put my climber on the tree, and I had 4 hogs come up the draw where, I don't know, 30 minutes after gray light. 7 does. It's the most many does I've ever seen, like, up here, like, come through at one time. I've seen them on camera. But, should be an interesting morning. Sounds like a war zone, so I know somebody has laid a big one down. But, stay with us. Don't have the filming equipment out with me today, just trying to get it done. I'm sure y'all can understand. But, hey, thanks for watching the video so far. I gotta trim these nose hairs when I get back home. It's been an awesome year for, well, it's been an awesome year for Trevor. But it's about 8:45 right now. Should get good. Birds are starting to come alive. Woods are starting to wake up a little bit more. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I just put my climber here this morning and just kind of looped around this ridge. Sat down in a couple spots and literally just heard some grunting. I looked to my left and there's 2 bucks chasing a doe. And one by, and the last one trailing. The bigger one, he was a shooter. So I'm gonna get this climber and we'll pop over this hill. And on that other side of this pole, there's 2 poles, one right here and one over there. Literally run right by me. I couldn't even get my climber on the tree and he started running up the hill. Alright guys, I just shot one. He's a young buck, man. He's not big at all. He fooled me. So I've staged my climber at the fork up here, and I just said that I was gonna ground hunt unless I just saw something or heard something, being like primo, like 20% of does being in, and those bucks being frantic. So I was like, I want to be able to adjust on the fly and not be up a tree. So I go and ground hunt, go to this side of the ridge, don't see nothing, bump over around the point, and I'm sitting there, it's dead, and all of a sudden here comes something chasing. I look up, there's a doe, she's running off. It's so thick though. Here's a young buck chasing in front of, like right behind her butt, and then there's another decent one, like a good shooter behind her. So I sat there for like another 20 minutes, maybe they'd loop around and come down towards me, and they just didn't. So I took off around the point again, grabbed my climber, bumped down this second ridge right here. I'm not even off the ground yet. And he come up, and I thought it was the good one when he turned his head. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he's expired now, so I really can't see him anymore. I see him now. Thankful for the experience. Thankful for the deer. Just, I wish I'd let him walk, but he's got some crazy on the right, but I mean, I'm just, Alright, so we're gonna go drag it out now. Every season has chapters, and this one I'll never forget. It took me from Missouri to the public woods of Alabama. There were moments I wish I could have back, close calls that still replay in my mind, and hunts that reminded me of just how unpredictable chasing whitetails can be.
It wasn't youth deer hunt day.
Missouri didn't end with the buck I'd hoped for, but it gave me memories I'll carry for a lifetime. And back home, Alabama had one more surprise waiting on me. Being able to wrap up this chapter with a public land buck made every mile, every morning, and every setback worth it. Trevor had a season to remember as well, taking 2 incredible Alabama public land bucks. Seeing hard work pay off, whether it's your success or one of your friends, is a reminder of why we invest so much into this lifestyle. When I look back on this stretch of the season, I won't think about inches of antler. I'll remember the places we hunted, the friendships, and the moments that can never be recreated. When it's all said and done, the antlers end up on the wall, but the season lives on in the memories we made. I'd call this a season worth remembering.
Alright, so we've moved parts of the state, and now we are back in an area where I have one of the biggest bucks ever that I've ever had on camera on public and private. And it's just, he's hard to hunt. I mean, really hard to hunt.
But that's going to be a story for another day.